What up, home fries, home slices, homies? How's it going? Hope everyone's staying well. We know the whole COVID situation is always crazy in the winter because, that's when everyone gets sick. But anyway, today's video, I am going to be reading through my 2020 Dream Journal meditation and astral realm experience log that I keep on my phone. And if you're someone like me who is, beginning their mediumship and they're learning and, they have all these experiences, should always document it, whether it's on like a phone or a journal, something. That way, you don't forget it, but also too, so you can go back and see what things came true and whatnot. And it's a really good learning experience too, especially if you forget certain things, to go back and remind yourself of certain events that happened. So I am going to be reading the 2020 log. For 2021, I'm going to make that Patreon exclusive. So if you want to see the 2021 video of my dream journal, my meditation, and astral projection log stuff, it will be on my Patreon once I make the video. I'll probably make it next week when I'm off. But yeah, so without further ado, here we go. And also, names. I am not going to say certain names here because, for privacy concerns. Now, if it's like an actor or whatever, someone who's famous, then I'll say it. But if it's like friends and family, I'm not going to say their names. Just for privacy. Okay, so. Alright, now we're in September 8th, 2020. Dreamt that I was in a school setting in a cafeteria. I'm in a school setting a lot. I had a premonition about a really bad earthquake. Then the ground started to shake and there was a loud noise. People said it was just the machine washing stuff. So-and-so popped out of nowhere and said that's not what it was, so everyone booked it. Bees started to swarm. I then manifested my electric fly swatter, got batteries, and went after them with it. What the fuck? I be manifesting weapons, though, like it's crazy. Okay. 9/11/2020, astral projection. Spent time with my boyfriend, did many things together, rock climbing and photography. Looked at Zach Baggin books together in my kitchen, threw the ball back and forth, literally spent all night on the astral realm with him, like having a date night. That was so cute. Went downstairs and accidentally woke the dog up. Dad got mad and had to get up and let the dog outside. But like, literally, that could have been a day that actually happened. Like, that is such a date night. Alright. 9/14/2020. Dreamt I was talking to MGK. Okay. We were in a college classroom sitting talking. He was kind of chill, but it didn't seem right. The experience felt off. It looked like I did something that I know I would never be comfortable with doing. Okay. Comfortable with doing, especially to someone I didn't know. And then, that's not who I am, and even on the astral realm, I'm not very much in control of myself, but regardless, that is not something I would do. So, it is my belief that a demon tried to trick me and pretended me to do, I don't even know what the fucking, see, it doesn't even say what I did. I don't fucking know. The second I saw this, everything stopped, and it was over, but afterwards, it was chill, question mark? Could just be a fucked up dream that stemmed from my subconscious. See, now I'm making notes because I'm like, what the fuck? Since I watched a video of thirst tweets. Oh, I watched a YouTube video. Okay, he was reading thirst tweets. Well, okay. So, yeah. So I had watched a video of MGK reading thirst tweets. And I guess I went to bed right afterwards, so I had a dream about it. That shit fucking happens. 9/15/2020. Dreamt I was with boyfriend, my mom, my uncle, and niece in the backyard. We turned the mulch area into a mini golf course. On their first try, everyone got a hole-in-one. 9/20/20, mom suffers a heart attack and has to go to the hospital. It was dark and we had to drive her to the hospital. She was having trouble breathing and looked pale. Boyfriend got out of the car to get a doctor's help. That was an astral realm or dream experience. It didn't actually happen. 9/21/20. Dreamt boyfriend was with me in my room. We were sleeping and I heard someone yell, "Help me." He went to investigate. A friend asked me what he should get for his birthday. Yeah, now we're just fucking random. 9/22/20. Dreamt 3 people and I kept going on a mission to investigate why people kept missing. We analyzed people coming in and out of the city. We then checked the military and realized that had something to do with it. Meanwhile, I was in this house at with a family, even where it was haunted, and the spooky wall mirror forced people to do strange things. Eventually, I snapped out of it and worked on the missing people. I worked together with 3 people and saw the missing were turning into zombies. Or maybe they were possessed and No. Just kidding. Yeah. Saw the missing were turning into zombies. The 3 kept putting together experiments to get to the bottom of it. I may have figured it out in a mysterious pink book. What the fuck? 9/23. Dreamt I got into a minor car accident. Didn't, thank God. 9/24/20. Dreamt an ambulance or fire truck came to my street. I think it did, though. My neighbor. I think it came from my next door neighbor, actually. Don't know why. But one did actually come, and it was like a few weeks after. Alright, 9/29/20. The strange, creepy, black-haired, pale girl hated my classmate for some reason. She gassed him until he was unconscious. Because she didn't like him, it looked like he was under some building foundation with wooden structures propping it up. The underneath reminded me of a large old bridge or something where the top is flat, water ran alongside of the structure. The ground had many rocks, on the smaller side like gravel. The creepy girl then knocked him out and chained him up. I saw her doing it while I hid behind something closer to the large creek. The plan was to save him immediately, but I was hesitant when a few middle-aged men showed up. They looked like they were there with her. The girl looked like a demon in disguise, which made me assume those men were too. I knew I couldn't take them on my own, so I ran off to this place that looked like a school setting. I sat in the hallway and waited and spoke to the people around me. It didn't feel safe to ask for their help, so I sat there quietly. Once enough time passed by, I swam up the creek to try to sneak up to that place so I would go unnoticed. However, it had flooded where he was. I hoped that he was still in the crate, but when I broke it open, I saw that he was submerged underwater. He had died from drowning. I was devastated and felt so guilty for not being able to save him in time, but the corpse was so detailed. The way the skin and eyes looked decomposing under the water, everything, it looked so real. And a lot of the experiences where this classmate is severed, like, because there's a few, experiences where I talk about, like, decomposing and severed bodies. When it's that kind, it's been the same person. And it's fucking creepy. And that I knew immediately was an attack. 10/3/2020. Dreamt I was holding a baby that felt like mine. I was awkward and felt like I didn't know how to care for her. I named her Bella. Well, I can't have a kid, so unless I adopted one. 10/4/2020. Dreamt I was going from house to house and found a garden in a kitchen. And this guy saving her was poor. I don't know. Then all of a sudden I find myself in a store and looking at this Sailor Moon-like dress that I wanted so bad. It looked like a dress worn by a goddess. Boyfriend wanted me to cut his hair, and I did, and it came out pretty good. So we did cut his hair, but it actually came out pretty good, but I might have nicked him on the ear, and I felt really bad about it. 10/6/2020, astral attack. Dreamt I was in college going from class to class. I went to figure out where my dorm was. I then talked to this person who scheduled my classes, and she told me I was in this pentagrammology. That's not even a fucking word. This class about pentagrams. Or some class like that. I don't fucking know, dude. Like, I was half asleep. At least I can use the excuse that I was half asleep, because I actually was. So this class, I guess, had to do with black magic. And I was like, hell no. Get me out of that. It felt like dark magic or black magic stuff. And in my head, when I woke up, I remember saying to myself, witchcraft. But, like, not the good kind. Alright, next one. Okay. Then I was with this kid, about 12 years old, and we were at his house in the yard, which was in the woods, kicking a ball back and forth. My intuition told me we were needed to inside, and then there was yelling or screaming from beyond the woods. I woke up from my dream, but got back to sleep, and the dream continues. So this was an experience. I was with this kid again, and all of a sudden my intuition tells me to run, so I tell the boy we need to run. A few seconds after, we see another little boy running away and screaming. That's when we decide to book it. Ew. Yeah, it was something. Yeah, after that I wrote it felt negative. 10/7/2020. Dreamt there was this big spider at work. Again with the spiders! That someone stepped on, and thousands of babies came crawling from it. My fucking nightmare. We tried using a vacuum to suck them up, but they escaped the vacuum too. Don't even fucking know. And it's fucked up because at my old office, we had a lot of them wolf spiders, and they had the babies on the back. And I've had coworkers try to step on them, and then when they do, all the babies scurry and... No. October 10th, 2020. Was sleeping in a hotel with boyfriend. Kept getting this nasty feeling that we needed to leave. I kept waking him up so we could leave. When I get home, these people in my house started going after my dog, who was deceased at the time. Eventually, they catch up to her and bring inside the house to eat her. Oh my god, yeah, this was an astral attack. I'm alone and try to get help so I can get her back, but somehow I'm also trapped by some other bad people and trying to escape. Once I do, I call out for help while running away. The neighbors don't do much except yell at me for making noise. My best friend finds me and I tell her what's going on. We burst into my house to get my dog back. The bad people had already eaten a chunk out of her foot, but I was ready to fight. So the thing with this specific dog was she died brutally, and it was a very bad situation because Dickhead instigated it, and my other dog I had at the time actually attacked and killed her on, I think it was Christmas. Fucking bad shit always happens on Christmas. But yeah, it was fucked up. But anyway, October 11th, 2020, dreamt that boyfriend got really sick, a tumor on his heart, and told me I couldn't see him anymore because I could give him the Rona. I had myself tested to prove I didn't have it and went to find him, only to be attacked by some chick with powers, and I talked my way out of it. Okay. October 14, 2020. Dreamt I moved to an apartment down the street from physical therapy and accidentally ate a cheese pizza and had to cancel my appointment. Also, sometimes, I shouldn't say sometimes, there are times where I have these dreams where I accidentally eat my no-no foods and bad shit happens, and I always forget to write them down because I don't know why. But that actually happens quite frequently. Maybe it was, I don't know. I don't want to say it's an attack, but food also haunts me, you guys. All right. And then every time I would jolt to regular consciousness, I'm tired. Every time I would jolt to regular consciousness, it felt like something was written. Oh my God. Jesus Christ. I'm sorry, Jesus. And then every time I would jolt to regular consciousness, it looked like something was written on my TV in red. Like fucking, I swear. These spirits be playing hard. Okay? 10/15/2020. Dreamt I backed up too fast in the Walmart parking lot and got into an accident. The cops surrounded my car and I cried. Well, that's something that would happen. Sorry if the colors in my background and my hair keep flashing. It's just my camera being stupid. Alright, 10/20/2020. Dreamt I was at my neighbor's house before it was built and with Alia from fucking Miraculous? I only know one Alia, and that's from a fucking kids TV show. And a classmate. There was this big bear-like creature rubbing at I don't even know what the fuck this word is. Okay, I have to skip a few words because it's literally gibberish. I went to the beach with a classmate I went to the beach with a classmate and boyfriend. I spent a great bit of time hanging with them. Okay. Eventually, boyfriend disappeared, but he came back while I was mapping the surrounding area. And then we started playing mini golf with people. I don't even know. Alright, shooting a bow and arrow with boyfriend. I did better this time. So I had an astral experience. And then, oh, yes. So I had an astral experience of shooting a bow and arrow with my boyfriend. And then we did it at the Renaissance Fair. Probably a few days later because of the time frame. Alright, 10/21/20. We're gonna have to split this video in fucking half because now we're at 2 hours. Jesus. Okay, October 21st, 2020. Starts off with BFF and I being in some Buffy store with her and Willow's clothes. We get clothing like how they had in the show. Then it switches up where I become one of them. It feels like they put me in an episode where I'm Buffy. People start shooting at us. Then we are running into different illusions. I am talking to some person and they get shot. I use a nearby fire hydrant as a shield. Fuck. Okay, same date. Dreamt that I was still living with my parents when this tornado hit down near the school. We were panicking to get our stuff together and to get prepared for it. 10/22/20, astral attack. After my low-key panic attack at work, was watching a video and then, okay, so it's about a video I watched. Okay. And so because of the video, it it reminded me of the missing chunks that happened with the elemental. That's right. Okay. Next one. Same date. Dreamt I was driving home from a family function in the dark in the middle of a thunderstorm. I am nervous because I don't know where I'm going. Eventually, I found a motel to stay at. Oh, that's right. This one. I remember this one. This was an attack. Absolutely. Okay. Or I'm at a motel. I make sure the door was locked. A few minutes later, I hear these guys talking and the handle being twisted. I then hear someone trying to unlock the door by sliding something down the crack of the door. I was scared and tried holding the knob so they couldn't unlock it, but they still were able to. The guy opens this door, and even though he was... See, it doesn't matter if they were good looking. So the guy opens up the door, and even though he was good looking, I was terrified. He called out to his friends, and I began to back up out of fear. They were going to attack me. I woke up before anything could happen, saged my room better this time, and slept with a crystal while asking for help from Archangel Michael, Gabriel, and Raphael. It worked because I didn't have a single bad dream or attack after that. Okay. 10/25/2020. Dreamt that I was watching my dad coach little kids baseball. I went to pick up the ball from... I was picking up the balls from soft toss and rolling them back to them. He yells at me and says I was throwing all wrong and said I wasn't athletic anymore. He would. Fuck you, dude. Even in my goddamn dreams, you're lecturing me. Alright, as I'm walking home, same date by the way, I'm so upset and find this really strong balloon and tie it to myself and I drift home. That's a fucking meme, if I've ever seen one. I find the cell phone in someone's lawn and I see the lady who owns the house look out her door and I point it out to her. She's thankful and hugs me. Then she wipes my tears away. She then admits she had the Rona and I get nervous that I will get it too. What the fuck? I get home and boyfriend is there. He's upset and pacing back and forth. I ask him what's wrong and I see a big bruise on his back. The bruise jolts a memory of me being on the astral realm with him and was attacked. I told him what I saw and he was like, what the fuck? Because he remembered it too. 10/27/2020. Dreamt I was in an art class drawing on my tablet. Oh my god, again with MGK was the teacher. I stuck an MGK coloring book on the TV stand roller thing and he saw it and asked who put it there and I said I did. I was also listening to his music and got anxious when I realized he was paying attention. Also, dreamt I wanted to get a section of my... What? Oh. I got really nervous really quick. I also dreamt I wanted to get a section of my hair shaved and the left fucked up and did both sides, but boyfriend thought it was cool anyway. I always contemplate of getting like a little piece here shaved, but I'm never gonna do it because I'm too scared. Alright, 10/28/2020. Dreamt I was being taught instruments by Chanel West Coast and she was showing me the harp and was messing with me. I don't know why. Okay. 10/29/2020. Dreamt I was at the doc. Oh, I was at my doctor's appointment for my IC treatment, and this one new lady asked for ID. I didn't have it with me because I got used to not needing it because everyone knows who I am because I'm there every week. God damn. I got so angry I started screaming with legit rage, which it's so hard to get me pissed off. Like, I've never been angry like that before. This was out of my character. When I went and got my ID, they then refused to let me sign in, and I snapped again. Yeah, I don't lose my temper. Like, I don't. Was at KU, which is a university, and had these weird socks on. And I had given them turquoise stripes. I had given them turquoise stripes with eyeliner. Whatever. This dude parked my car for me and went on some roller coaster and came back and was like, "Where's my car?" But the dude who parked it found it for me. I don't know what the fuck. You know, they say not to eat food before bed. This is probably why. All right, now we're in November. Woo, woo, woo. We're almost done. Was in boyfriend's mom's house and dreamt that boyfriend lost someone and was upset and crying. Before I could comfort him, his mom was telling me how to properly comfort him. Like, I needed to do it no less than 15 minutes. Like, it was very specific, and I thought that was weird because I already know how to comfort people, and it would be for way longer than 15 minutes. What the fuck? That's literally what I wrote. What the fuck? Dreamt I had to attend some stranger's funeral. My BFF was there, and she gave a speech that seemed too inappropriate for the occasion, but it was something that was pre-written for her to say. Sounds about right. I went to ask the person in charge if I could help with anything, and she gave me this thing to carry to put away somewhere. I do it, and everyone gets mad that I helped, but tried making me out to be the bad guy. Okay. New dream. My locker was broken, and there was no lock, so I asked maintenance to fix it, and they did. Why is that even a dream? November 2nd, 2020. Creepy Inuyasha dream. Okay. Inuyasha and I were trying to protect Kagome from Sashobru like demon. But okay, so all this was like, if it was live action though, it was creepy. And it was gory and gross, and I ended up burying Kagome's body in the woods behind my house so nothing could pick up her scent. What the fuck? Oh my god. To y'all who are actually watching this, listen, I am so fucking sorry that this video is a clusterfuck. 11/4/2020. Dreamt of this person telling their story about running its dark entities even before writing about it. Entity looked like her and pretended to be her. Woke up at 3 a.m. Yeah, it was a weird attack that I didn't remember all of, but I just knew it was an attack from the anxiety. 11/5/2020. Dreamt I was at a baseball game and classmate was on the team I was rooting for. They hit a home run. I then went down past the concession stand toward the bathroom and was sitting on the bench doing something. Classmate then sits on a bench across from me. Okay. They offer me a piece of gum. I turned it down. And then they look at me like, why? Okay, so he gave me the piece of gum. I put it in my mouth. Okay. Alright, so... Okay, that's it? Okay. 11/10/2020. Went rock excavating and used some in my new house. Classmate came over and was talking to me, but I wouldn't talk back. My dad explained to them I was like that. Oh my god. Went to this mall place to see someone. When I got there, I saw cosplayers. I realized I was at an anime convention. Then I was greeted by 3 penguins. They were tall and cute, and I liked petting them. After petting them, I went to the convention to see if I could buy a costume. I love conventions. 11/11/2020. Something happened where me and a few other people got stranded in the wilderness. Alright. Everyone went to the beach. My dad explained to us how the water may look very calm, but the undertow was really bad. Then, not before long, a massive wave came. We made it through the first one. Oh, yeah, I remember this one very vividly too. But I remember diving under it and almost drowning because I couldn't hold my breath for very long. But somehow I pushed through it. About 4 waves like that came after the first one. We ran to the sturdy building where we were safe. The water covered the entire building and water dripped from the ceiling. I was afraid the building would collapse. My mom and brother couldn't run fast enough to make it. They got swept away, but not very far. When that was all over, a sea beast rose from the ocean, lecturing us about keeping nature clean. Oh my god, listen. Some of these nature spirits, though, they don't give a flying fuck. Oh shit. No! It literally just backtracked me. Fucking motherfuckers. Jeez. Come on, go back. Them nature spirits, though, them elementals, they don't play any games. Okay. So, you guys, let's keep nature clean so we don't have any natural disaster. But seriously, like, we gotta do better. Drove 2 hours to boyfriend's house in New York, which never lived in New York. I got there only to find out he wasn't home, but his dad was. As I waited, he gave me 4 BTS tickets. I don't even fucking like BTS. And said I could sell them if I didn't like them. And I was like, cool, I can give them to my coworker. That's a good friend. I'm just saying. She loves BTS. All right, on November 14th, 2020. Boyfriend and I were out shopping around, and I came across these 3 people. Immediately, I saw their demon attachments and pointed them out. But he didn't believe me. I feel like this one continues, but why isn't it written? That's weird. 11/25/2020. Dreamt I was at work and saw a snake embedded into a crevice on the side of our building. Oh my god. Wait. How many months ago was that? September. No, September that happened. That was that. Okay. I looked at it more closely to see what it was. And its face came extremely close to mine. I fucking love snakes, so. Okay. Its head face was the shape of a cat's butt. And it was still scaly. What? It then lunged at me and I dodged it. It kept chasing me until I got away somehow. It was just creepy as fuck. Okay. 11/26/2020. Was meditating and asked Shiva for help on opening my third eye all the way. Then all of a sudden I was on my bedroom floor being moved around like a Swiffer mop. Oh yeah, that was a weird experience. I was somewhat scared and asked Archangel Michael for help because I didn't understand what was going on. Then I heard a deepish male voice talking to me, and I can't remember what he said. I then remember astral projecting around in my basement, except the ceiling wasn't the same, but everything else was. The ceiling was being used for storage, which isn't something we ever did. I remember that. There was a negative entity in my room, and it was fucking moving me around like a goddamn mop, and I didn't like it. Right after begging Shiva to help me open my third eye all the way, the belt... Oh, okay. The belt that was hanging on my door plopped off and hit the floor really loud. So I was awake at that time. My boyfriend and I were watching something on Netflix. That's right. Okay. Yeah, so that negative entity that was in my room, after it yeeted me like a mop, it yeeted my belt off my door hook, because the door hook was like that and the belt sat down, so it had to pop off. It was fucking weird. Yeah. 11/29/2020. Dreamt I was in some realm like Asgard and got caught in the middle of some war. People were fighting and buildings were collapsing. There were dinosaur-looking creatures falling, and wrecking buildings, and I was running to hide, but rather quickly the fighting stopped. People were homeless and looked for some kind of way to get money. I remember meeting some monk and trying to help him find his beads to his rosary. I then went down to the main level and helped pick up debris to turn it in for more. I don't know. Oh, I have a lot of dreams about being in Asgard looking places and like reptile looking creature dinosaur things. I don't know. And I think it was from another planet that I was from, because I am a starseed, and I think that might be my home planet, but I don't know anything more than that. Same date. I was wandering around some corridor looking for a nice place to hang out. I traveled through one where it led me outside to this place that had treehouse looking homes with rope bridges, but they were sitting above water. I then went through another one where it led me to a lake with a sand beach. I saw some people I knew and was like, nah, I'll go somewhere else. Yep, antisocial. I went back to the corridor and found this room full of people sitting around a table discussing something. I was curious, so I sat down. They were discussing possession. There was this lady being quiet while everyone talked. I stood there getting ready to leave because it was hard to follow everyone's It was hard following everyone's discussion because they talked over each other. But then I found myself and froze, just standing there, and it turned... Oh, I found myself and froze, just standing there, and it turned into me meditating while standing. The quiet lady finally spoke and was about to... and some creepy book... Oh, she was talking about some creepy book, and during meditation, I saw she had been possessed. When I figured that out, I tried to pull the demon out. It came from a book that the lady was reading about a serial killer who kills people by skinning their faces and cutting their heads off. When I saw the things she had experienced, she got upset and mad when I told her that I saw her face bleeding and around her ears. She then started crawling under the table to get to me and got in my face. Opening her mouth real big, it looked like an almost black hole, and the face got paler and more veiny, which scared the shit out of me. I pulled her aside and tried to exorcise the demon, but it was being difficult. I then run into a friend and asked for their help because the demon jumped to the next person, only that it didn't change the person's voice but made the person look different. I am freaking out and she's trying to calm me down. Eventually she saw what I had seen and gets rid of that demon, only for it to jump into another host. Yeah, I'm beginning to pick up a pattern here, that because I didn't read through these. There seems to be some kind of corridor place where there's a lot of discussions and learning, almost like a classroom setting, and practicing stuff. It's almost like a class. It's weird. But it's weird because it's like there's this middle room everyone's sitting at, almost like a round table, but sometimes there's a round table, sometimes it's a regular rectangular table, and it's just us having meetings with each other and discussing various like demon stuff, doing all sorts of like trying to get attachments off of specific items as practice. But then on the outside of it, there are these it's a corridor with like other doors, and each door leads into a different like realm or place. I don't know. It's weird, but I'm starting to like remember that and notice it's a common theme in some of these. because I think there's another dream like that. And just reading it, it's making me remember that being a common place that I used to go to a lot. So that's weird. Okay. Separate instance. Was playing RuneScape, but a live action version. I had found some rare stuff at a party and was collecting it. All of a sudden, this dude attacks me and almost kills me, so I try to run away and log out. Oh my god. Remember, I don't know if anyone's ever played that game, but you ever like play that game, right, and you're attacked, but it doesn't let you log out while you're in the middle of attack? That's on fucking purpose. When I log out, though, the real person kept chasing me to get me to continue the fight. Eventually, I got away. Next one. I then run into this river where all of my friends were beyond this waterfall. I then found myself collecting real-life things like gemstones, plants, and start getting chased by this being where at this house I have to turn around and fight back. My friends come to help, and we defeat the thing. Classmate pops up and asks me to play Fortnite with them, but like live action RuneScape. Oh my god, this is training too. Okay, so I didn't know how to respond because I was still overwhelmed by what just happened. Then I realized that wasn't actually the classmate. His features weren't exactly the same. So it was a demon in disguise, but I believe this was a training module. Like an actual live action one. I get a few of those, and they're very similar to video games. Alright, now we're in December. December 5th, 2020. Dreamt I was out in the plowed cornfield at work and was looking at the house where my poof came from. Roof? I don't fucking know. Looking at a house where my poof came from. Oh, my poof, like my dog. I sometimes nickname her the poof. She came running towards me and I go to her. She then gets called back by her. Oh! So at my old office, there was a dog that they let run loose. And, okay, so I also called her my poof because she was so fluffy. She came running towards me and I go to her. She then gets called back by her owners and I see her getting beaten by a horsewhip and kicked by people there. She then dies. Oh my god! And I go up there running and crying and screaming at the people. Yeah, because the people there were nasty to animals. And she always had some kind of injury. I'm not too keen on the religion of those people. Because they treat animals like shit. So, December 6, 2020. Dreamt I was outside of BFF's backyard talking to my mom about sleeping outside. I told her I wanted a big fluffy quilted sheet on the bottom and a thin sheet on the top. We go into our yard and I show her how it could be laid out on the patio. And all of a sudden, dozens of horses come running on the other side of the fence. There was so many that they hopped the fence and came into our yard. Once they all stopped running through our yard, Penny comes running out the kitchen door and runs out the gate because the horses busted it open. As I chased Penny, I kept stepping in horse shit. Then I see Cole Sprouse, probably was watching Riverdale, standing at our gate, and I warn him about the horse shit. I get Penny back, but my bare feet are covered in horse shit. My mom offered to hose them off. Okay. December 8th, 2020. During the meditation, I tried surrounding Penny with a white light and asking Archangel Michael for help because I was afraid a negative entity was attached to her and tormenting her. I don't know why I thought that. It was weird out of the blue, so I'm thinking it might have been true because she was acting moody and had been biting to hurt, but once I did that and surrounded her with that light, she was actually nice. So, okay. Fuck. Yeah. Negative entity was fucking with my dog. I hate that. Like, why do you have to attack my fucking dog? Or it could be... Okay. So... Okay. I don't know. I then meditated again in my bed after saging, and I kept feeling a pressure and hearing a humming in my head. Then I remember holding different weapons and switching between them and training with them. More training. There were many long swords with red and blue jewels, 2 white staffs, and a creepy, blacker than black spiky sword that I didn't like, and switched to one of the white ones with jewels. 12/10/2020. Meditated and had a vision of getting into an accident with a truck. A truck with a bedload pulled out in front of me and tried slamming my brakes, but it wasn't enough. I hit the truck and spin out of control. It felt so real. When I snapped out of meditation, I got a massive headache. I remember crying because it was my new car and thinking that I had to call my parents even though they were driving up to the mountains to see my brother. And it was still light outside, and I think I was on, I'm not going to say the road, heading to boyfriend's house. Okay, yeah. Well, I haven't gotten into an accident. Knock on wood. Okay. But driving in general gives me anxiety, so that's probably why I have a lot of dreams about wrecking my car. Okay, December 10th, 2020. Dreamt or astral projected to see a child not listening to stair safety, only for her to fall down the stairs, and I watched an invisible force try to protect her by trying to keep her head safe and turning her to the side. That's weird, but okay. 12/18/2020. Dreamt I stole Haley, which was the poof. That's the dream about the neighbors next to my work building beating her, that her name's Haley, and brought her home to bath her. She got excited and jumped into the bathtub. As soon as I soaped her up, she jumped out. My dad saw I brought her home and was semi-upset at first, but got over it. She seemed so happy. I really wanted to take her with me. Astral projecting. Met someone named Philia. That's right. Long dark brown hair and olivey darker skin. I still don't know who that is. But I do remember she was wearing like a leather jacket and she looked so cool. Alright, December 21st, 2020. Dreamt I was being chased by this person. I was running away from them. He caught up to me and I jabbed him in the throat with something that knocked him down and I got away. I was at some park and I was with boyfriend. I found a stick and tied a string to it and speared a black medium-sized fish to cook it later. I was worried about being late for my COVID test. Okay. 12/26/2020. In a history class. At the end, I get up to ask the teacher what the assignment will be for next day because I will miss the class due to a throat operation. Never had a throat operation in my entire life. 12/27/20. 20, yeah. Started off by watching a play where oh my God, Marinette plays a hero and is fighting against a villain. I was watching Miraculous again before bed. Alright. Okay. Next one. Okay. What the fuck? Alright. I am now... Is this the same day? Oh, it is. I'm sorry. There's just a lot of fuckery to go through. Once the bad guy is taken care of... What? Okay. There was a bad guy. Okay, I'm sorry. This is hard. Sorry. Okay. Okay, classmate sits next to me. Okay. I then notice it's raining inside in some spots and am like, what the fuck? The sounds of it downpouring. Wow. I must have been dead asleep when writing this. The sounds of it downpouring become extremely loud and the wind picks up. I stand up and I am told that it's too dangerous here and that we should leave, so we do. We run into the hallway and people are running up the hallway to get away from something. It sounds like it was flooding inside the building and they were trying to get away from it. I go outside and see a little F-Zero tornado going around. I book it and start looking for my car. Oh my god. Okay, I am now fully me and start looking for my car. I come upon this little shack bar thing made out of wood and branches, sticks, hay for the roof. There's a girl there talking to another person, how she accidentally left her Colt gun somewhere and someone stole it. This chick was with wavy and messy light brown hair. She was wearing jeans and maybe a brownish green bikini top. I remembered being at this place before, maybe in another dream, looking at tattoo ideas and food options. In front of this place is a wooden walkway, kind of like what you see at the beach, so it's easier for people to walk even though there was grass around instead of sand. I then follow the walkway into some strange boat in the water that is leaking and has some fish in it. I fell through the water and pull out a tapeworm and freak the fuck out. I get out of the boat and go to the nearest house. There's all sorts of different people inside. These black fish. Okay. What about these black fish? Why did I leave off there? Okay. I walk around, notice the stairs are completely made out of different sized teeth. Oh. Yeah. Okay, I remember I was going from hut to hut in this weird swamp thing, but like everything was made out of teeth. They were fish people, and I don't even know. I then am like, ew, what the fuck, and start going back down the stairs. I leave the house, looking for my car again. 12/28/2020. Dreamt I was walking on the street in the woods, come up upon a house where it looked like a dog was eating nails, only to find out it was helping his owner pull out nails from planks and cement. Then I come upon a little stream where this girl jumps in and is carried all the way down and can't seem to get out. This bigger guy jumps in to try to save her, but fails. More and more kids jump in and are found dead with wounds that are not from being in the stream. I jump in to see what happens to them, only to find this mask-wearing, knife-wielding creep inside a plastic storm giant tube thingy, trying to stab me as I float by. I knew the knife-wielding crazy was there and redirecting his attack back, and he was stabbing himself. I caught the creep and was able to turn him in. When I'm out of the storm pipe, I notice a crap ton of female clothes like underwear, bathing suits, etc. It became so mad because I realized there were so many victims who had been assaulted. I get super angry and announce stuff like this needs to stop. The clothes are then piled into a huge pile. Wow, great writing. And I have the urge to wash everything, but I don't because it's evidence. At this point, it feels like I'm being astrally attacked. Yeah. And call for Archangel Michael to help release me from this stupid dream because it kept bringing me to the murderer trying to kill me. Yeah, well. Alright, had to leave office early to drop my cat and go to my doctor appointment. I didn't tell anyone and thought I'd make it back in time, but I didn't. I got back at 12:40 p.m. I rush to do all the scans. Then Chief comes in and asks for 63 books of stamps. I have difficulty counting because I'm in a dream. Then it floods with customers. Even though we are closed, I start to panic, and my boss shows up like, why are you still here? I was like, and looked around. Then I go to a classmate's house. Now we're still different dream, but same day. Apparently, they were having paranormal activity. His brother is on the couch distraught, so I start asking him questions like, did you play with the Ouija board? And if so, is that when everything started? He said yes. I asked them both if they have been having nightmares. They said yes. I asked if they felt any cold spots in places away from vents, and they don't. And that don't make sense. His brother shows us where. In that spot on the carpet, there looks to be a claw mark and a monster's footprint, which gave me chills. I asked what time of night do they wake up for no reason. They said 4 a.m. I closed my eyes to see what I could if I could feel anything. The energy felt like a negative earthbound spirit, but in the back of my mind, I wasn't confident with that answer. Because it wasn't. It was a demon. 12/29/2020. Dreamt I was at school and had 2 gym classes. See, that's a good day when you have 2 gym classes. During the first one, we played soccer, and it was so much fun. My team won with my help. Then I had a normal class, but after that, I had another gym class. This time, we played hockey. They're like my 2 favorite things to play in gym class. There were times I hit the ball with the stick like it was baseball and got a few goals. That way, it pissed off a lot of people. I fucking love playing sports in my dreams. It's like the best thing ever. Alright, we then went outside to watch people set up for a horse race. Alright, after that I went home, met this interesting being who was supposed to be a new god or something, special with a new title. She was setting up herself and was trying to learn a new power with these objects. A few of these objects reminded me as pink water balloons with different effects. I then sat in the blow-up pool and a golden retriever sat in it with another golden retriever. Okay. Then a snake slithers by and a skunk sits on my chest. Best friend comes, offers to cool me from her side of the fence, and okay. She offers to feed me from her side of the fence, and I ate it because it was good. I then hear she was talking shit about me for not liking her cooking. Well, I've never had her cooking, so I can't even make a judgment. Which made me confused because I never criticized her cooking skills because I've never actually witnessed. Actually, she did bake me cookies once, and they were really fucking good. So, fuck this dream. That ain't real. Alright. On the astral realm, I met President Trump. Oh, no. He was speaking to me respectfully and added a few jokes here and there. I explained to him that I understand what he means when he says stuff, especially when it comes out all fucked up and rude, because I grew up in a family where my dad speaks like that. Well, it's an older generation New York thing. Then I said, however, a lot of people don't get it, and it isn't normal to them. They take what you say literal because they weren't raised like you. They don't take jokes real well, and because of the side they're already on, they will not try to see eye to eye and will use anything for leverage against you to pick fights. It's been drilled into their heads, everything you've done that was wrong, so they believe being against you is the right thing in their hearts. A lot of things you've done are questionable, which is why I can no longer support or be unsupportive. I don't fucking know. I don't know. But what I do know is... What? But what I do know is the other side is far from good. No side is good. They're all fucking corrupt. Jesus. Sorry, Jesus. Okay. Dreamt BFF got the Rona and got really sick. I think she's been lucky thus far and hasn't gotten the Rona. Sleep paralysis. Body locked up on me. Heard movement in my room. Yeah, that's because I was at peak of incubus haunting. Okay, 12/30/2020. Dreamt I was stranded on an island with 3 or 4 people and we were running out of water, so I showed them how to get water by using condensation and a tarp. Listen, watching Survivor Man, that has actually helped me learn some things. When it rained for the first time, I made sure we had buckets out to collect it. I also kept finding old coins and the dates were in sequence. When I made it out, I had to go to work. I was driving around in my car. I had to stop at my uncle's workplace to get a filter changed. And this chick tried to get me to take her trash, and I said, hell no. Then I saw my sister was at my house looking through our stuff, checks, because that's what she would do when she was there. I told her, get the hell out, and told my mom what she was doing, but she didn't seem to care. Okay. 12/31/2020. We're 2 hours and 40 minutes in, but I'm splitting this video because that's fucking insane. The weird kid that had a crush on me in high school asked me to go see a movie with them. I really did not want to go, but I was forced into going. About not even a third into the movie, I go to the bathroom and don't come back. Oh my god. What the fuck? Okay. That was the end of that. You guys, that was my dream journal, experience journal, Astral Realm journal from 2020. Yeah. If you watch this video, congratulations, because it's a lot. Does anybody else write their dreams down? And if you do, what is the weirdest one you have? I am very curious. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. I am so sorry it's so long. But yeah, this is probably going to be I don't know. I'm going to have to split 2 hours and 41 minutes up. So whatever part this video is, thank you for watching and taking the time. I appreciate you. And I hope you have a super special, awesome day. Peace out.